that complete person model, right? Like dental, psychological, they got obviously physical therapy. And, if you think about like cancer, the illnesses that these kids have, it throws everything out of whack. So they bring them together as a whole. And it's, I think that's the future of medicine, right? Not just to give you medicine and treat one symptom.
Hold on. We're getting one more mic on you. Sorry. Do you need to can you get, is there a little bit of room you can get right back in there? Sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, better. I can do it all at once. Yeah. It's even better.
So I guess going along with that, I know you were mentioning that like these kids kind of view you as a superhero, but you kind of feel like you need them.
Yeah. We're talking about grit and toughness and the resilience. And I've actually gotten some opportunities in life where things were really bad for me, and I've gotten to come back, and that's pretty cool. But these kids, they're young, and they're getting this kind of the traumatic exposure early, and it sounds crazy, but when they make it through this, they're going to be so strong. Think about overcoming something so serious at such a young age and coming back. They're going to be, I like to say they're going to be a little bit bulletproof as they get older. So for us and all the UFC fighters, we really take inspiration in it. I mean, the fights are hard, training's hard, but you get to go home with these kind of chronic diseases the kids have. There's no off season. There's nothing. You fight your fight until it's over, and it's it really is pretty motivational and amazing.
How special is it just to have this is the first youth facility, I think, specifically
Yeah.
with the UFC, but to be a part of that?
Yeah, I mean, again, it is the first youth facility the UFC's ever gotten to help with, and it's awesome to be a part of that. And yeah, I mean, it's an amazing sport, but it's a sport, right? This is life, and this is such a cool thing.
Forrest, obviously it's amazing to have this here at home in Vegas, close to the UFC office. Something like this, you got to imagine it would benefit a lot of communities around the world, even just starting in the US. Have you put that word in anyone's ear, like, hey, you guys should check this out somewhere else?
That's Brian Smith's here, the communications team. Sophia's here, the design team. It took a lot of people from the UFC to kind of make this happen. A lot of people for Cure for the Kids. And I think it's always great as a starting off point, a test of concept, to do something like this in Vegas at home. But yeah, it would be awesome if they could bring this to other places. And I think other communities, I know that other communities need it. And it would just be awesome that they could kind of package the model and bring it to other children, around the country and world.
You've been part of the UFC, at a point when it was really exploding and has obviously only grown over the years. Being a brand ambassador, what does it mean to you that you get to be part of moments like this that bring so much to people who may not even be watching UFC, but they just appreciate all the energy that the company brings?
Yeah, I mean, when you get to be a part of something like this, it's an honor, and I love it personally. Just it gives you perspective. Like, oh, this sucks, that sucks. Hey, look, these kids are going through something serious. I have a child. I cannot imagine what these parents go through. To find out your kid is sick, and that really does put the rest of life into perspective. Especially if you're a parent, right?
Thank you.
Keep looking at them, and you may have already answered this, but what do you get out of it when you come here and you interact with these kids and you see how smiley they are? What do you get out of it?
Yeah, if you think about when the UFC athletes who struggle, and I think we have the toughest job in sport, fighting the UFC, and it's a job though, and it's tough, but it's not what these kids are going through. It's not what these parents are going through. So it does help us put our struggle in perspective. There are more important things than a fight. It doesn't seem like that at the time, I assure you, but winning and losing is one thing, but these kids, and I don't want to sound over dramatic, but their lives are on the line for this, and this is an amazing thing, and to get the support of a place like this on all those different aspects and facets of your life to kind of help you as the total person, it's inspiring, one, but more than that, it's a good blueprint for our own lives, how to move forward. Like, you do need support in all these different areas, and it's on one of those things you think about what they're doing here, and you're like, why is it taking so long to do? Why is this just now becoming a thing? But again, I give hope that this is the future of modern medicine, with again, the whole person being treated, from mental side to the physical side to the dentist and they've got everything you could want here, not just, okay, here's your medicine.